To kidnap a general. Crete, 9:30 p.m, 26th April 1944. The two British SOE commandos heard the warning tinkle of the electric buzzer, and at this signal they sprang into action. Major Leigh-Fermor and Captain Moss, dressed as German corporals, flagged down the general's car on the isolated road. Working quickly, they restrained the driver and, with Leigh-Fermor now impersonating the general in the front of the Opel staff car, they bluffed their way through some 22 German checkpoints in Heraklion, with their captive hidden in the back. The plan. Rewind. Major Patrick Leigh-Fermor and Captain William Stanley Moss, working for the British Special Operations Executive, the SOE, have been planning this operation for some time, since 1943 in fact. The op had originally aimed to abduct General Friedrich Wilhelm Müller, nicknamed the Butcher of Crete, for his many atrocities whilst commander of German forces on the Greek island. However, Müller would be replaced by General Heinrich Kriepe, a veteran of the Russian front, just 2 days before the plan was to be enacted, and so Kriepe became the new target for abduction. Patrick, or Paddy Leigh-Fermor, was in command of this operation, and was a most unusual man. Not only had he taken part in a Greek revolution in the 1930s before the war, he had also been the lover of a Romanian princess. He was then somewhat of a legend among the Cretans, and was called by them Michaelis or Philedem, and lived for over 2 years in the mountains disguised as a shepherd after the Axis conquered Crete in Operation Mercury in May 1941. So the SOE team was to be inserted into Crete in February 1944 and consisted of the 2 Englishmen plus 2 Cretan resistance members, Georgios Terakis and Emmanuel Patarakis. With the help of a local guerrilla band, the commandos planned to ambush General Kriepe whilst he was travelling from his headquarters in Heraklion back to his home, the Villa Ariadne at Knossos, and then negotiate the many armed checkpoints in and around Heraklion. They knew they would be faced with thousands of enemy troops searching for them. Later, if successful, the team would be met by a Royal Navy motorboat somewhere in the south of Crete and be transported to British-held Egypt. Escape. Fast forward. Hurriedly, the team of SOE commandos dashed away from the ambush scene. With Paddy Leigh-Fermor impersonating the general, incredibly they managed to make their way through all of 22 checkpoints in Heraklion without stopping, the general's notorious reputation for impatience aiding them greatly here. Finally, in the early hours of the 27th, they found themselves on the road to Rethymno. They soon abandoned the car in a small village and began climbing the steep track to the district of Anagia. They took off for Mount Ida, mostly moving at night, and after arriving met up with another Cretan partisan band. Crete's garrison of over 30,000 troops were by now on high alert. Enemy soldiers began to cut off the base of the mountain range in an attempt to outflank the kidnappers. After safely crossing the valley, they managed to reach the village of Agia Paraskevi without running into a German patrol. On the 5th May, they made it to the village of Pantanassa. Outflanked. A day later, Cretan dispatch runner George Psychondakis brought SOE officer Dick Barnes and a radio to the village. At the same time, a German patrol almost caught up with them, and the group were forced to detour to Patsos and then Fotinos. Through the radio, a message was sent to Leigh-Fermor that a unit of the Special Boat Service, the SBS, planned to land at Limney Beach on the 9th May to evacuate Crete and the team. On the way south-southwest through the mountains, the SOE team were once again in grave danger of being outflanked, this time by 2 companies of German soldiers, but with the help of Cretan guerrillas were at last able to escape these. Safe at last. Then a message was received that the plan had changed. A Royal Navy boat would now meet the team at Rodikino Beach on the night of 14th May. Local guerrillas protected them on their final journey. At last then, after 18 days of trekking over the mountains of Crete, the SOE team and General Crete were picked up at 10 PM and quickly ferried to safety in Egypt. Aftermath. Major Leigh-Fermor was awarded the Distinguished Service Order and Captain Moss the Military Cross for their outstanding display of courage and audacity during the operation. However, there were German reprisals, and many Cretan civilians would be murdered and thousands more relocated, their homes dynamited or burnt to the ground. On the plus side, the operation raised the morale of the Cretan resistance and dealt a severe blow to that of the Axis forces. The story of General Crete's abduction is a pretty unique one in the annals of military history, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you find this kind of content interesting.